you need some things to be able to approach red flags in relationship, because sometimes it is not always easy. Your happiness is your number one priority. Your happiness should not be jeopardized for any other person's happiness. Know when to leave.
Run.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, hi, my name is Ayomide. I'm popularly known as Eddie. I film about lifestyle, health and career and every other good stuff. If you're a returning subscriber, hey loves, how are you doing? Thank you for always coming back. Thank you for always staying tuned. In today's video, I am going to be talking about how to approach or how to tackle red flags in a relationship. In my previous video, I talked about red flags in relationship. If you've not seen that video, I'm going to link it in the description box below, so you can go check it out before you can watch how to approach red flags. If this is something you would like to watch, don't go anywhere. Sit back, relax and join me. Before I go into this video, let me apologize for any sound or any noise that you might be hearing. The heat is crazy, so I have to put on the fan. In fact, I filmed this video like few minutes ago and I realized that I was sweating too much in that video, so I had to put on the fan. And also the generator is on, just in case you're hearing sound. I apologize for that. Okay, with no further ado, let's jump right into the video. Before I go into the video, first thing I'm going to say is you need some things to be able to approach red flags in relationship, because sometimes it is not always easy to attack or approach this. So you need skill, you need honesty, and you also need self-care. So these things are very, very basic and also tactical, in the sense that you need a way that you can approach your partner when there is red flag. And also you need self-care for you to realize that what you are doing is the right thing for you to do. And also after approaching, maybe it turns out that the relationship doesn't work out, you need to realize that it is the best for you. You need honesty, because you need to be able to approach this person with the truth and from your honest mind. You need to understand that your happiness is your number one priority. You need to make your happiness your number one priority. It has to be something that is constant. Your happiness should not be jeopardized for any other person's happiness. And that is when you're going to realize that the things that are happening in the relationship, they are not making you happy, and that has to change. If there is anything in your relationship or just generally that is coming between you and your happiness, that thing has to change. So as soon as you realize this, it is going to be very easy for you to approach red flags in your relationship. So my number one point is going to be identify your own needs. Like I've said, you should never jeopardize your happiness for someone else's happiness. This will help you to identify the problem and also encourage you to speak up. When you don't understand that your happiness is key, you might be seeing all these things as normal things, but when you realize that your happiness is key, your happiness is something, your happiness is everything to you, then you'll be able to like speak up. It will help you identify your problem. It will help you know that this thing is coming in between you and your happiness. That fact alone will encourage you to speak up. So, and that leads me to the next point, which is communicate. Communication is at the middle of all healthy relationships. If you don't communicate, how do you expect your partners to know that they are hurting you? Some people do things and they don't know that they are doing a wrong thing. Your partner might be doing all those things and be feeling like, oh, it is a normal thing, without knowing that they are hurting you. So when you communicate, when you speak up, that is when they tend to know that, okay, they are hurting you. So you need to have the courage to be able to speak up. We all say change is constant, change is constant, change is constant, but changes cannot happen when there is no like a previous action. So when you speak up, when you communicate with your partner, that is when they know that, okay, this thing is wrong or something is not making you happy, and that is when change can come in. But when you don't communicate, trust me, it's going to continue to be like that, because they might not realize it. Next one is avoid being overly emotional. So now when you want to communicate with your partner, you don't want to be too emotional, you don't want to be too angry, you don't want to be too sober. You want to be able to express yourself in a way that they will understand. Because let me say this, that both does not solve issue. I mean, if you don't understand Yoruba, what I'm trying to say is anger does not solve issue. The fact that you are pained and you are not happy with the situation does not mean that you should approach this thing with anger, or you should approach it in a very what's the word, in a very angry manner. So you have to be calm. You have to be able to maintain a calm mentality. This will help you to reach a solution effectively and kindly as possible. But when you're angry, when you're not calm, when you're not patient enough, trust me, that communication that you're trying to do might not work out, because they're not going to take it the way you want them to take it. But when you're looking for a solution, you need to approach the problem as calm as enough. And that leads us to the next point, which is be honest with yourself. I mean, I've said this in the intro of this video, that you need to be honest with yourself. You need to understand the truth. You need to know when to say, okay, this is no for me. You need to understand that your happiness is number one. So as soon as you understand that and you're true to yourself, that is when you'll be able to communicate with your partner that, okay, this and that are not going right in this relationship. They're not making me happy, and I want us to find a solution to it. But when you're not being true to yourself, when you feel like, oh, let me just continue to be like this, things will change. You're not settling out the conflict. It is going to be there. It is going to continue to be there. But when you're true to yourself and you know that this thing is not right, this thing is not supposed to be, I cannot continue like this, there needs to be changes. This thing cannot be constant. This thing cannot be like this. So something has to change. So that is when you'll be able to like communicate. So when you're true to yourself, when you're honest to yourself. But when you're not honest to yourself, when you're lying to yourself that, oh, he's going to change, oh, he's doing this because he loves me, oh, he's doing this, if I talk, he's going to stop giving me money, or if I stop, his family are going to say that. But you need to be honest with yourself before you can find solutions. So the next one is set boundaries. We all need boundaries to protect ourselves and keep our relationship sustainable. I mean, there are some things that you need to set limits. Okay, this is a no. You don't do this to me, you don't do that to me, I don't do this, you don't do this to me, this is something that I don't like, stop doing this, stop doing that. You need to set a deal breaker that, okay, no is no. My no is no. I'm not doing this for you, and I'm not going to do this. You can't continue to do this to me. When you set boundaries, and there are even times that when you set boundaries, you can also go for a break. You can ask for a break. Okay, please, I've noticed a whole lot of things that are not making me happy. Can we go on a break? See, I've seen people go on breaks in relationship, and that is the solution to their problem. When they go on breaks, they tend to appreciate themselves more. They tend to realize so many problems in the relationship that they are not even seeing before that time. But there are some that it even helps them to know that, okay, this relationship is not going to work, it is not for them. Break sometimes. Setting boundaries is a whole lot. It goes a very long way. So when you need to understand, or you need to develop that strength and courage to be able to set boundaries. Some of these things might not be easy, but the whole king of this whole thing that I'll be talking about is when you realize that your happiness is important. The next point, and which is going to be my last point for today, is know when to leave.
Run.
I mean, this is the final thing. This is the final bus stop. It doesn't have to be the level that, okay, you are choked up already, or is already leading to sickness, or maybe someone has to force you out of the relationship. You need to know when you have to stop. I mean, this is red flags that we're talking about here. It has been giving you the warning signs from yellow lights, telling you that, okay, there is something that is about to happen. But when it starts to happen, it has started happening, you've noticed it, you did not find solution, and it kept going on and on and on, and you are not happy, and you don't know that it is time for you to leave the relationship. I mean, so you need to know when to leave. You need to understand that all relationships are not meant to last. All relationships are not meant to lead to marriage. You need to understand that the importance of living a toxic relationship is also an act of self-care. You know, I mentioned self-care in the beginning of this video. See, this is one of the things. When you realize that a toxic relationship has a negative effect on your life, when you're not in a good relationship, check yourself, check your career, check the way you relate with your friends, check the way you relate with your family. Everything turns negative because a part of you is not happy. So you need to know when to leave. You need to understand that your body, your mind, and your soul needs to be pampered. They need to be in happy state all the time. Your mental health needs to be stable. So your relationships should not be the cause of of any negativity in your life. You're not going to be happy if you are stuck in a crazy or toxic relationship. This relationship that suck out energy from you, and that is it. That is just the basic points that I have to talk about. I don't want this video to be too long, and that's why I just decided to like make them brief. I understand that we can as well just understand where I'm coming from and some of these things that I am talking about. I mean, I've been there. If I've not been there, I won't be able to talk about these things. I've been in a relationship where I find everything. I saw all the red flags in that relationship, but to me they were like things that I'm supposed to be enjoying with my partner, right? Because I feel like, okay, love endures, love those days, love did that, I'm in love. So I was just blind to some of these things, and by the time that I realized them, I was scared of breaking up with him because I felt like, what would people say? I felt like, oh, after all these years of being together with this person, am I going to leave the relationship now? So what's now the essence? At the end, by the time I will leave the relationship, there was this peace of mind, there was this happiness, even though I cried after the breakup because I felt like, okay, I mean, I'm going to cry, I'm going to feel it, but then there was this peace. By that time that my body was telling me, my mind was telling me that, okay, you're no longer in a relationship. When that dawned on me, I was feeling it, but at the same time, a part of me was happy that now I don't have anybody to shout at me, I don't have anybody to dictate what I'm going to be doing, I don't have anybody that is going to tell me not to post this, I don't have anybody to start selecting my friends for me. So when you notice all these things, these are some of the little things that you can do to approach your red flags. Maybe sometimes one day I'm going to come here and share a story about the relationship. Maybe guys you understand better and can also relate. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched up to this point, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you learned one or two things, please drop a comment and let me know in the comment section. If you also have points, maybe you've also addressed red flags in your relationship before and you use a different tactic, please let me know in the comment section so that others can learn. I am also learning. I mean, I am also in the relationship phase. Before you go, please make sure to smash that subscribe button and the bell beside it so you get notified anytime I upload new video. Until next time that I'm going to be seeing my face again, stay cool, stay calm, and be happy. Bye guys.
Oh, you my boo boo. I love you all.